Hi, it's Pamela Sylvan back with another hot mojo tip for you. Today I wanted to share my top 10 lists for a better life that I shared with my email list. I don't think they'll mind, but I think it's important because we are coming down to the end of the new year, and these have significantly helped me in 2018 and continue to do so every day. So I thought I'd get on camera and share them with you. And maybe I'm sure you've heard of all of them, but it's always great to have a solid continuous reminder. So here we go. Let's start at number 1 and go all the way down to 10. The first one is grow. It's simple. Just grow. And grow is a lesson in open-mindedness. Be open to the idea that there are people that know more than you do, have walked the journey and are that much further ahead than you. Be open to listen to what they have to say. Listen well. Take note. Take notes. Apply what applies to you. But be open to new information and let yourself grow into a new way of being, a new way of acting, a new way of thinking, a new world perspective on how things could be different for you. Okay? Number 2 is define your goals. This is a very tricky one for people. When I ask them what it is that they want, they have very generalized statements like, I want to save the world, I want to help people. But how do you plan on saving the world, and how are you helping people specifically with your skills and talents and wisdom? It might be just being a better parent. It might be being a better community leader or activist. It might be just helping clean up the streets in your community. One step at a time. Where you're one person, how do you plan on saving the world? So be more specific about those goals so you know what you're going to do each day. What do you do when you say you're going to save the world? How do you start saving the world? All right, so be specific. Number 3, choose uncomfortable. In order to grow, we have to move out of our comfort zones. Nothing significant ever happens in those comfort zones. The minute you accomplish something, it becomes comfortable, it's well practiced, it's very familiar to you. In order to move to the next level, the next place in your journey, you have to become uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable for me to pack up and move 3,000 miles away from my home and family and friends. It wasn't comfortable to start writing a newspaper column every week because I felt that I was opening myself up to public ridicule. So these are the kinds of things that I'm talking about. The things that we say that we want, and we hesitate from going after it because we know it's going to be extremely uncomfortable. And you know how we are. We just want to hang out in those comfortable places around those comfortable people doing those comfortable, familiar things. But as you know, there's no growing from those perspectives. So be prepared to be uncomfortable. Number 4, just say no. Just say no. There's only a significant amount of time at your disposal, and there's only 24 hours a day. And the quality of your life depends on how you string those minutes and hours together across your days, weeks, and months and years. And we can't do everything. We can't say yes to everything and everybody. So you have to start making choices about your time and how you're planning on spending your time. And I would, especially for those that are creating at this point and are starting off on this point, I would say you're saying no to things and people more than you're saying yes. I don't want to encourage you to be mean and disrespectful, but your time is important, and it only comes around once. Today will be gone, and I can never get today back. So what am I saying no to that will allow me to say yes to me and my goals? And sometimes it just means saying no so I can recharge my batteries and get the rest that I need. Number 5, action will take you further. We have this thing about us that we love talking about our desires and dreams, and we fantasize, and those fantasies sit beautifully in our minds, but until we take them out of our brain and start doing something about it, we will never go where those fantasies are calling us to be. So I don't think I have to explain this much. Action is the way. Execute. Execute, execute, and execute when you're not even feeling that ready. The biggest piece of advice I ever got, and the best piece of advice I ever got, was when someone said, why don't you put that book down that you're reading and go do what it says to do? It was like a house fell on me. Of course, I can't sit here reading forever and getting ready to get ready to be ready. I had to go. If I had to fall down and stumble, so be it. But I think we get lost in the getting ready and the reading and the over preparation and the overthinking and the over agonizing that we never make any sort of headway towards the things that we say we want. So stop overthinking and start making your move. And you will learn from the mistakes you make. That's how breakthroughs occur. Number 6, cherish what you have. We think that when we get to the goal, when we get to the bigger house, the fancier car, the bigger paychecks, that we will be happy and we would have arrived, and not so. It's proven that reaching your goal or getting the bigger prizes in life don't necessarily mean any more happiness than you're experiencing right now. Happiness is a state of mind. You have access to it right now. Wherever you happen to find yourself, in whatever condition, cherish what you have, and that means people. Circumstances change on a dime. You don't know if you'll ever see that person again. They might, you'll say goodbye to them today, and tomorrow you hear something tragic has happened. So while you still have it, cherish it, whether it's a thing, your surroundings, your home, your pets, your parents, your children. And it's not that those relationships are stellar, but cherish them anyway. And cherish your health if you have it, because that can change on a dime as well. Number 7, you're responsible. The buck stops with you. There is nobody on this planet ever that is responsible for how you're experiencing the path that you're on. The path that you're on may not be stellar, it may not be the happiest place, but you are responsible. You can make choices at any moment and turn in another direction. The choices are yours. That's the gift of life, free will. Use it. If you don't understand how to use it, find somebody that can help you understand and mirror back to you the thoughts that you're thinking and the actions and results that you're getting. But you're responsible. You ask for help or you don't. You make a move or you don't. You're happy or you're not. You're contributing or you're not. There's nobody to blame. And I know a lot of people like to blame the government, to blame their spouses, to blame the weather. There's just so much blame going around. And people don't understand that regardless of all of that, those things are always going to come and go. But in the end, it stops with you. All right? Number 8, don't lie. We live in a very transparent society right now. It takes nothing for people to check up and see who you really are and where you've been and what you're doing. So, and you know what? It's so much energy to try and maintain a lie. Why do it? It takes so much energy to build trust, especially with your audience and your clients and your friends and your loved ones. Why go through the act of lying? Take my word. It doesn't come to a good end for anybody. So be transparent, be open, let people see how you're living your life. People want to know the realness of you. People want to know the realness of me. They want to know what I'm going through. They want to know how I'm doing. They want to know how I overcome the things that I overcome. And I'm more than happy to share that. Watch for some of that story that I'm going to be telling in my upcoming book, Snatch Back Your Life, because I will share a lot of the places in which I had to move out from the dark and into the light. So be transparent. People love authenticity and transparency because they get to see themselves in there. They get to see their own stories. So help them with that. All right? Don't lie. Be transparent. Be open. And number 9, love is all there is. You were created in love. You were born into love, and you're going to leave with nothing but love. It doesn't matter what your life experience was. When the end comes, you're going back into a sea of love. So love, when we hear the word love, because we really don't understand what it means, love is a very powerful, powerful force on this planet. We don't think so because the love that we're accustomed to hearing about is that romantic love or that mushy love or the love that turns us either into victims or something like that. But love is a very powerful force, and it packs a heavy, heavy punch if you allow it. It's what smooths the way and opens doors. It's what allows you to appreciate the person that you are. So the first place to start is to love yourself, and then love your partners and love your family and love the work that you're doing. And most of all, love the gift of the life that you've been given, regardless of what it looks like right now. And number 10, reverse engineer your life. Start with death. And I don't mean to be morbid, people, but nobody's getting out of this experience alive. Death is going to come for each of us. So at the end of your life, what would you like your life to have been about? What would you want to have said about your life or have other people say about your life? So start with the end in mind and work backwards. What should you be doing today so at the end it will have been accomplished. And I don't mean you have to go out there and save the world or build big corporations, but what is the quality and the salience of your life? Is it happening right now? Because what's happening right now is creating your tomorrow. What you do today creates your tomorrow. So work backwards and say, what at the end of my days, what do I want to have said or remembered about me? What did I do? How did I step up? How did I help at least one person who may go out and save the world? You don't have to save the world. You just have to help individuals who will then go out and affect many other people. And that's how it starts. Okay? So that's my top 10 list for a better life. And I hope some of those things you're already doing, or if some of them are new to you, please consider them. Like I said, this is the list I sent to my email list. Oh, I forgot one more point. It's the bonus point, point 11, which all these things turn around on. And that is to understand and know thyself. The old Greek oracle said, know thyself. We don't know ourselves to that degree. We take on a lot of work, and we go by what the gurus say, and we try to live the life of what we've been told by other people. But we don't understand what's going on up here or what's going on over here, and the stories and the messages that are subconsciously running our lives. And some of it comes from tragedy or trauma, and we're always in some fight, flight, or freeze mode, and we don't understand why. And that's the place to start. If you don't understand why you're not getting the results you want in life, it's probably something that's stuck in here or stuck in here. Go out, and that's the great journey, is to go within and find those places, shed some light, do the work, and come up and spiral up. And that's how you affect those other 10 points in your life. When you find out what's hiding behind your heart, then it's much easier to love yourself and much easier to love other people. And it's much easier to say you deserve those goals that you want, okay? So there you go. Those are my tips for today. It's more than one tip today, but you know what I mean. That's my hot mojo tip. So continue to subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to be coming out with a lot of hard-hitting information for 2019 for you. So don't miss any of it. Just subscribe, and I'll continue to show up and do these kinds of things. And don't hesitate to comment and send questions if there's some clarification you need on what I just said. So anyways, have a beautiful night. And this is Pamela Sylvan, the Mojo Maker, bringing you yet another hot mojo tip. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.